Today we're going to go over 3 different ways to wrap your newborn to very small baby on your back. Hi everybody, I'm Cecilia and you're watching the Derrys. I just want to start by saying that if you are new to baby wearing and have 0 experience, you might not want to wrap your baby as young as I do, but if you A, have experience, or if you are unexperienced but have a spotter, definitely try these out. As you can see here, Rosemary just has a pair of shorts on over top of her sleeper, and that's because I'm going to be doing a ruck first, and I always do a ruck while they're little, while they're wearing either pants or with a spotter. I'm just gonna find the middle of my wrap. Usually there's a middle marker. This one has one here. So this is Snowfields from Robbins Nest Weaving. And I'm going to find the middle and actually just put it right under her body. And then I'm going to take the wrap from underneath, find the middle marker again, and stuff it into her little pants. Yeah, we're just gonna put it in your pants. And I like to put a fair amount and just tuck it into their little pants. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now at her arms, you just kind of want to pull it around, just the arm, on both sides. This is where it kind of gets a little confusing. Grab this arm, and then this arm, so my thumbs are under her underarms. And then I'm just gonna, when they're really little, I'll support her neck. She doesn't really need this anymore. And then I'll just kind of pull her up. Again, I would just bring my shoulder to her when she's little, just like that, and just kind of pop her up there. So since Rosemary is a little bit bigger, she's not a newborn anymore, she's about 3 months, we like to do it the same way. I still grab her arms the same way, but I can kind of bring her to me. I realized that this part of the video is a little hard to understand. I thought while she was calmer, I would try and explain this again a little bit clearer. I wrap my arms around her upper arms, like so, and then kind of just flip her over like that. If she's facing you, then you'll want to put your right arm across to her or his right arm this way. It's a lot easier when she's down in front of you, and then just whoop, up on your back. Oh, and see, the wrap got a little stuck under here. I'm still holding her with this arm, and then I just pull it out. Make sure it's not caught her feet. Pull it over my shoulder, and you see it's still tucked in under her butt. She still has a good seat because it's tucked into her pants. I like to keep my body very bent over to make sure that she stays nice and high. She will not be this high, obviously. Rosemary. So I get her arms in. She is trying to eat me. So you can see both her arms are in. I'm holding her butt this whole time, even though I really don't have to. Like, I'm letting go now because my body is very, almost 90 degrees. And now I'm gonna start pulling. I would only let go of her butt knowing that her seat, which is the kind of pocket that we made for her to sit in, is very good. So I'm gonna hold this in my legs and kind of pull strand by strand, making sure it's nice and tight against her body. And then when I'm sure, this is where you either need experience or a spotter or to overstop. I'm gonna stand up and go over one leg. Rosemary, I'm trying to talk here. I go over her first leg, and then I go over her other leg, and I cross, and I go under those 2 legs. And then I give her a little bounce, stand up straight, shimmy, make sure my arms are all good, and voila, now she's in a nice ruck. I can just tie here. This is just a half knot because my wrap is so grippy, but if I had any other wrap on, I would probably do a double knot. While they're even smaller than she is, I find this difficult to do the cross under her legs. So what I'll actually do is have help. When they're little, help is your best friend for a lot of things. There are definitely carries you can do without help, but for this one I prefer, because their legs will be much higher as they're smaller. So I would kind of get her to this point here, and I would make sure it's all tight, and then I would ask my husband to come and help me, because I wouldn't be able to reach, because I can just barely reach now. Kind of scoot her up a bit more. You really want them nice and high. See? She's nice and high on my back. And I kind of hate straps like this, so I would probably spread this apart, and this is called tying it Tibetan. Pull it tight, and there. Now the straps won't come down or anything. The next carry that we're going to be doing today is a Jordan's back carry. This is probably my favorite carry with babies of any size, really. I love it with her, and I love it with my toddler because it is wiggle proof. They cannot straighten their legs out. I don't have to worry about it. I can get them in it by myself at any age, and it's just awesome. It does take a little bit of a longer wrap than the Ruck does. For this carry, you're going to find the middle, and then you're going to do, you can either go 1 arm's length, or you can go, I often will just do to my back. This is where we want the baby to be. So you're gonna start with the same method as the Ruck. Although this one, see, it's not, there's no seat. So I'm, the short tail, which a tail is an end of a wrap. This is the short one. It's going to be going over my shoulder, and I'm pulling the longer one under my shoulder. So this short tail is going between my legs. The long tail, I'm going to grab the bottom. And I'm gonna grab the whole thing, but I'm gonna take special note of the bottom. And I'm gonna put it under her leg and flip it. So this was the bottom, and now it's the top. I'm gonna try and get that nice and high. See, it's going from her knee here all the way up to here. And then I'm going to be pulling. Again, I'm at almost a 90 degrees, so I know that she's stable. She's not going anywhere. I can catch her at any moment if she were to flail somehow. See? All right, and then this one is also tight, and it's across her whole back. And I'm gonna put it over my chest, hold it with my arm under this one, and then put this one back between my legs. This one is going under her leg again and flipping the other direction. So that this was the top, and now it's going to be the new bottom. I'm going to pull strand by strand. See, pull, hold it, pull, make sure her feet are out, pull. All right, so she is pretty secure in there, as is. But you'll see, if you're doing it yourself, that there's still one side that's longer. And that is because we're actually going to be doing one more pass. We're going to take the long side, put it under our armpits, at any moment. Try and take the time to kind of comfort your baby. If they need some comforting, like little Miss Rosemary here. She really likes to be bounced. So although the Jordan's back carry is my favorite back carry, I would not feel comfortable doing this with a child who couldn't support their own head. With a Ruck, it creates a little bit of a dome, and it has support along the whole head. Whereas with this one, it kind of has the gap. As you can see, she's not fully supported. She has to hold her own head up Of course, she can rest it on me, but if it just falls back, she can pull it back up. Whereas with a newborn who doesn't have that kind of head control, they wouldn't be able to. So this one, I would probably wait until they had just average head control. She was born with really good head control, so I did start this carry very young. My son didn't have as well of head control. I would have waited a little bit longer for him. This is the same as the Jordan's back carry that I did, only instead of having the last pass that went across her back, I did across under her legs and then just tied in the front. With my toddler, I take this and I actually tie it under his butt because this wrap is not quite long enough to tie it in the front with him. All right, I'm going to put her to sleep. So I didn't really show this in any of the clips, but when you're taking your baby down, I'll show you how that would go about. So she would be on my back and I would just be untying whatever the wrap is. And then either I would hold both rails or both tails and kind of scoot her. I wouldn't have to hold her because I'd be holding the wrap. Since there is no wrap, I would scoot her down and over here and I would adjust my grip and kind of scoot her over here. Or you can just do that, get the wrap fully off of you, holding her and then get her down. Or even if you're really new, you can just untie the wrap and then just lean back onto a bed or a couch without putting any pressure on her, of course, just kind of letting her slowly ease onto the bed, and then you stand up and then your baby's just on the bed or couch. Well, thank you for watching. I hope this was informative and helped you if you want to wrap your little one. Those are 3 of my favorite carries and I hope that you try them out, and if you do, definitely post to Instagram and tag us. Our account is the Derrys. I will have it linked below, and I would love to see all your sweet babies being born. Thanks for watching, everybody.